10 Eastern, and it is now time for another installment of one of our favorite games, Something, Nothing, or Everything, with a very special guest. Welcome back to the Jump Stephen A Knicks.
I appreciate being with my peeps.
We are
I appreciate
so happy.
Miss y'all.
Woo.
Good to see.
So happy
y'all.
when you're in the building.
Absolutely.
We even made new Something, Nothing, or Everything boards in honor of your arrival here. Shouts again to Katie Bodmer. Thank you for making us look good as always. And first up, you know it's the we could not talk about any other team.
You see him?
You being here.
You see him?
The New York Knicks, 9 straight. Beat the Raptors 120-103 on Saturday, the longest winning streak for the Knicks since the 2013 season, which coincidentally was the last time they made the playoffs. So Stephen A, is the Knicks' 9-game winning streak something, nothing, or everything?
Well, first of all, it's everything. All right, it's everything. When you haven't won the title since 1993, when you haven't been relevant since 1973. I apologize, 1973. Okay, and on top of it all, you haven't been relevant for the last damn near quarter century. Of course, it's a big deal. But I also would like to add this: the number one defense in the NBA. They play together. They are building a culture. And by the way, I'm saying it right in front of RJ and right in front of you, right in front of you, 7-time champion. Let me tell y'all something. The more the New York Knicks elevate in their level of relevancy, the more pressure it puts on the Brooklyn Nets to win the chip, because the Knicks getting to the second round of the playoffs is a better story than Brooklyn going to the finals and losing.
Oh.
You heard it here first.
Oh. Do you think that's true, Robert?
Yeah, he does.
You know what, Stephen A., I will agree with you on that. But I'm also going to say this everything. And it's everything because my boy, Julius Randle, is getting MVP chance up in MSG. That's what I'm talking about. Julius Randle is taking his game to another level. You know, when you look around this league and you talking about players that have improved, to me, this guy has stepped up tremendously. To me, he gets my vote. If I had a vote, the most improved player.
Yes,
if you look what B.I. did last year, who got it, he's doing exactly what Brandon Ingram did. So if he doesn't get it, it'll be a travesty.
This is
Richard?
This is just
Resident News.
This is tragic.
Give it up.
This is tragic.
Give it up.
Look, I'm going because they don't want to hear positive things from me. But I'm going to still say positive things. I am so glad that they have done the things, and I truly believe. It starts with Dolan, then it went to the front office, and then they brought in a coach that was going to run things and wasn't going to take any mess from people up top. Mm-hmm. He wasn't going to he was going to hold his ground. He was going to bring in the type of players that he wanted. And then you get a guy like Julius Randle that just has one of the, like, he's all NBA this year. He's an all NBA player, in my opinion. I said this a couple of weeks ago when they won 5 or 6 games and it looks like they were going to be the playoffs. This is before they went on a 9-game winning streak. So I think, look, all the credit deserves a Knicks. Right. Now, you get the credit and you deserve it, but the job's not done. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
But by the way, do you realize that Julius Randle's 3-year-old son is a better story than most people in the NBA right now? Just watch his stuff.
Hilarious.
Go on, kids. He's hilarious. He's hilarious. He's crying, talking about he hates the Nets. Another week he's smiling and blowing kisses. I mean, Julius Randle's son is this dude is a headline.
Was the last time the Knicks lost?
All right. And by the way, I do have a vote. He is the most improved player. I want to say that, number one. And number two, he is a legitimate MVP candidate because they have come out of nowhere. The New York Knicks.
Well,
the New York Knicks.
I want to ask you about the culture that you were just talking about, building the culture. So my thing for the last, 10 years, however long it's been, is you don't get a participation trophy in the NBA. We don't just pat you on the head and say good things about you when you are being, and look, you've said it. There have been times this franchise buffoonery, right, that they have been engaging in. The change that you have seen since Leon Rose, World Wide West, Tom Thibodeau came in, and the players buying in. Do you feel that the franchise has really made a turn for real?
I believe they have. First of all, James Dolan is not stealing headlines for idiotic reasons. So that goes a long way. Number two, Leon Rose is showing he knows what he's doing, a la Rob Pelinka, even though he got that job not having much of a relationship with James Dolan, while obviously Rob Pelinka had a great relationship with Kobe Bryant as his former agent. Number three, you look at World Wide West. We all know how connected he is. And we know William Wesley, and we know Scott Perry has been a reputable executive for some time, long overdue getting recognition. But Tom Thibodeau, being the fixture that he is, being a guy that mandates a level of discipline and structure and is about team play, you can't say enough. I'm willing to go so far as this. I think the culture with the New York Knicks at this moment in time is better than the culture at the Brooklyn Nets. I'm not talking about Sean Marks. because he's done a sensational job. I'm just talking about in terms of, players, guys being injured, guys being out, guys taking personal leave, stuff like that. The New York Knicks is a bunch of no-names that just showed up, grabbed their lunch pail, went to work, and they're winning basketball games. Right now, the culture with the New York Knicks at the moment is better than the culture for the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets just have superior talent, far superior talent.
Fighting words, though, which I would not expect anything less from you, friend. I want to move on to Steph Curry because he broke James Harden's record.
Really drop it.
Everyone again. Let's talk about the LA Lakers. Anthony Davis returning to the court for the first time last Thursday after recovering from that calf strain, Achilles tendinosis in his right leg. Now, despite Davis's return, the Mavs swept the Lakers in that little back-to-back series they played. AD played on a minutes restrictions both times. Spoke about the difficulty of returning after such a long layoff. Listen to his comments after Saturday's loss.
It's a rhythm thing, and not being able to play in 9 weeks, 30 games it's tough. It's like you're starting over, with the guys, and just trying to find a connection with these guys again. They're trying to find a connection with me, so it's like we're starting from zero, which is tough, so late in the season. But it's something that we have to figure out. Like I said, with no practice time, I had one practice, so the rhythm comes from the games.
All right, so the Lakers have lost 4 of their last 5. They currently sit in 5th place in the West, but they're a game and a half up only on the 6th place Mavericks, who again just 1-2 on them, and then 3 above the 7th-seeded Blazers. Robert, you're with the Lakers night in and night out. How concerned should Lakers fans be right now?
I don't think they're that concerned because they're hoping that the Nuggets without Jamal Murray will fall back, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So they're still saying, you know what, we got the best player in the game coming back. So you don't expect LeBron back, and they expect them to get back to being the best team in the West. But if you have to go from a 1 to 5 scale, I'm saying I'm worried about like a 2 because you still have to get that rhythm. You still have to implement AD, not that AD,
the other.
but Andre Drummond. So it's a lot of things going on with this team. You got to think about it. It's not just the players. It's Vogel, too. Vogel has to figure out a game plan on who to play and how to play them. So you got to be a little bit worried. So I'm gonna rate it a 2. I think the fans are about a 2 because you do have LeBron.
No, I think it's about a 2 also. But look, LeBron James will be back.
1 through 10, 1 through 5, 1 through 100.
All of them. All of them.
Just
About a 2. About a 2.
Okay.
On the scale of 1 through 3, it's probably a 2. Let's be honest. But I say this because LeBron James, it was 6 weeks on Saturday from his injury, and it was 4 to 6 weeks. He posted a video of him running, I think it was this morning, so you can see he's close. So if he's at worst another week, or if he's 5 or 6 days, now all of a sudden that's when the process starts. So if they could start building from 5 days from now, I like their chances.
But
6
Richard,
days.
let me ask you, as someone who has played with LeBron, on one hand, he's an easy guy to play with, right? He'll find you. He does so much on the court. But he is different than playing with almost anyone else, and there are new guys on that team this
No one
year.
cares about that. Those
Doesn't
new
matter.
guys. Those new guys. No, but really quickly, there was a conversation that was had. Schroeder said, he goes, when Bron gets back, we're going to all talk as a team and really just discuss like our roles and
That's what I was
sacrificing.
asking you, just getting to the playoffs. Do you have to know who's going to do what? Because
And
he's only
Schroeder
gonna get a
said
few
that.
games
And
in.
Schroeder said that. And I actually think that was great maturity by him to say, look, we understand that, we hear it, and when everybody gets back and playing, that's when we'll address it.
There you go. All right, coming up, we're going to play our favorite game here, Something, Nothing, or Everything, with one of our favorite people,
Who?
Stephen A. Knicks, and the hottest player in the league, Steph
Man
Curry.
walking in here like
Oh,
it's
look
a wild,
who's
wild
here.
west.
Look who's
Look at this
here.
man. Look at this man. The OG in the building.
We'll be back. Hang with us. Woohoo! And the hottest player in the league, Steph
Man
Curry.
walking in here like it's
look
a wild,
who's
wild
here.
west.
Look who's
Look at this
here.
man. Look at this man. The OG in the building.
We'll be back. Hang with us.